Hi everyone! So, this is my first YouTube video. I'm making these for you guys on my team to try and make a really good place where you can follow and get a bit of training or help or anything like that. So we'll start with, and sorry, I've been given yet another cold by my darling daughter. I wanted to talk a little bit about boundaries, not balance. Now, I know when I started the business, I spent a lot of time trying to get balance. And I don't know about you guys, but in my life, balance isn't happening. It will never happen. It will never be the perfect balance. So I gave up. And then it got even worse. And then I realised what I needed to do was, instead of trying to find this perfect set of balance, which wasn't ever going to happen, was to make myself boundaries. And when I say boundaries, I don't mean putting a fence around something or, I mean kind of set boundaries that you have to stick to. So they're really flexible up until that point, but at that certain point it's like, right, no, that's it, kind of thing. So I spoke with Harry, because the way that it worked, because I have little Holly at home all day, every day, obviously, majority of my work was done in the evenings, which meant me and him got no time, which doesn't work. It doesn't work, guys. Don't try and do it. Doesn't work. You need to find that time for you. So this is where the boundaries came in. I would be a nap time hustler. Jamboree would be nap time. If I wanted to get up early in the mornings because I had extra on, it was a busy day, I'd get up before the house was up. But the evenings were for Harry. And yes, we don't do a lot. We sit on the sofa, we watch some TV. But that was his time. He'd been out at work all day too, and he wanted to spend time with me, believe it or not. So it was that boundary that the evenings were for him. Now, obviously, if I have an online party or, something big's happening, he's not fussed. That is different. But in general, the evenings are for him. So find those boundaries and talk with your partners, your mum and dad, your whoever it is you live with and are there regularly and involved in this. Talk with them and say, what would you like? What are you feeling you're missing out on? Because as soon as you start communicating with them and you all understand each other and things like that, it will go a lot smoother, because you'll understand what they want, they'll know what you want, and you'll know where you stand. I do have my notes up on the computer, so sorry if I keep looking at the computer. Figure out how they can help. So, okay, from 7 o'clock every night when the kids go to bed, I'm going to be sat with you, but that means that first thing when you come home, I just need half an hour to go and check in quietly with the team. Can you finish off whatever I've started for dinner, or bath the kids, or whatever? So do this give and take. How can he help? Anything like that. Just little small things, because you're in this together, and if you don't have your support of the people around you, you're going to find it very hard and very lonely. I always also chat to Harry. I'm always showing him on the dash, the bit where it says what you need left, and saying, look, I need this much or this much. And now he understands when I'm saying, oh, I need 100 QV. He knows what I'm on about. So that's really nice, because sometimes he'll say, oh, how's it looking? How's this month going? Which is really nice, because it's him showing an interest. So just little chats about that. And we don't sit and talk about it all night, but I'll sometimes just say, oh, look, it's just gone up like this much, or, that kind of thing. Can your friends help? If you're feeling you're bogged down with work, could you... Sorry, I've got pop-ups popping up. Could you do a child swap? So one day they look after your kids for 2 days, another day you look after theirs, so you get 2 hours solid, concentrated time to work your business. Could they help by, even if they aren't interested in the product, hosting a party? Say to them, look, I understand, I'm going to keep it really casual and really fun, but I'd love to reach some of your friends with this. So little things like that. How could your children help? So Holly's a bit young to do much of this yet, but simple things like I've just been sticking pedis onto my pedi packs. They could do that. sticking labels on catalogues, putting things in envelopes, lots of little things that kiddies can do to help. Also, now you have to be very careful about this. If I need proper sat down work time and I've got Holly and she's not asleep, I will always set her up an exciting crafting activity on the table while I do it. So it's not a case of mummy will sit her in front of the TV and do work and ignore her. It's a case of I'll be sat at the table, I will still be sort of doing it with her, but I'll also have my work out as well and try and plough through whatever it is I'm trying to get done. They can also help by like sitting nicely and playing, which you've done them an awesome activity, so why wouldn't they? House jobs, simple things. Now you'll sometimes find, obviously I'm fairly pregnant, and come the end of the day, I'm tired, I'm done. So simple things like Holly's learnt to go and get her pyjamas off her bed. So she will toddle up and go and get her pyjamas off her bed and bring them down. Taking her plate from the table to above the dishwasher. Putting her rubbish in the bin. Little jobs that added up save me lots of time and whatnot. It just makes me feel less absolutely worn out. Helps her become independent. And in the long run will give me more energy for other things. So things that I really need to get done, you know, it means I've got more time, more patience, more energy for playing with her, sitting on the floor and playing. Whereas when you're absolutely worn out, we know we all go, oh no, just go and play. So yeah, little things that kind of will help. Have your 5-year vision and make sure your partner knows it. Have your 1-year vision and make sure they know it. Have your monthly goals and make sure they know it. You know, you don't have to go into them, I want 500 this, 1,000. You don't have to go like that. But if you say to them, oh, I'm really pushing this month, I want to promote and I want to do this or whatever. Or my year goal is now, and if you could see behind you, I printed it yesterday, to bring Harry down to a 4-day week. Because at the very beginning of last year, my goal was to bring Harry home from work. Now, that went out the window because we very quickly realised, was it on holiday? I can't remember when it was, he had some time off, that none of us could cope with him being home full time. He couldn't, we couldn't, just didn't work. Just because he's such a busy person and yeah, he'd just go absolutely mad if he was at home all the time. So what we did was I changed my vision and it was to make Holly proud, and I think I did last year because I didn't have to return to work. I carried on this little side hustle during her nap. She gets to have a parent with her all the time. I've now managed, thanks to Jamboree, to put her in preschool 2 mornings a week. Basically for the social aspect. I don't gain any more time because she'd normally be napping then. But more for her to make friends and learn like social interaction and things like that. So it was to make Holly proud, and I believe I did. But this year, after Christmas, we all got really sad when Harry had to go back to work because he had unexpected a bit of extra time off. And I thought, we don't want to bring him home full time, but we do want to make it so he doesn't have to work 5 days a week. So my mission this year is to bring him down to a 4-day week. So I need to be putting enough back in the pot to fund that 1 day a week, plus all the extras that we want and things like that. Because obviously we want to live a more exciting, I don't know, we want a better lifestyle, so we want more money in anyway, so it can't just be the minimum, it's got to be a little bit more to actually bring him home. So talk about your visions, let them know what you're aiming for, because if you say to them, oh, I want to bring you home an extra day a week, they're going to go, really? How can I make that happen? Like, and do you know what I mean? They'll be up for helping you as well and doing what they can. Another simple thing that Harry does, so all my postage goes behind the salt and pepper pot on the table every day, and he always takes it in the morning to the post box, so I don't have to do that. If it's a post office job, I do have to, but Anything that's going in the post box, he will always take for me. So that makes my life a little bit easier and one less thing that I have to do. Think numbers. If you want to make, I don't know, £1 million, obviously not, lots of money with this, or retire from your normal job and just do Jamboree or things like that, doing 10 minutes a day won't cut it. I'll be honest with you, it won't. You need to be checking into your business every day, so there's no use saying I'm going to work all day Sunday and that be it, or you suddenly decide to catch up once a week. You need to be doing it every day. And you need to carve out, so you look at your goals and think, okay, so I don't know, say you want £1,000. Okay, so how much in sales is that? Okay, so that's going to be really hard to do just with sales. Okay, so I need to start building a team, so I need to put some time into building a team and promoting to get that going, and break it down and look at the numbers, because there is no point you thinking you're going to achieve miracles in 20 minutes a day. If you are consistent and organised and work from your lists and really do prioritise your work, you don't need to work like stupid hours at all. But you do need to do it every day, and you do need to do a reasonable amount for what you're wanting out of it. Playtime then focus. This is a boundary one, really big. And I said this about doing crafts at the table. This hasn't come into play with us yet, but it will be doing soon as Holly gets older. And it's because now I'm a nap time hustler, so it's all fine. But when she doesn't nap anymore, I'm going to need to work when she's awake, which kind of means that I've got to set some boundaries somewhere. So it will be a case of, right, we will have a timer, and it will be a case of set it for half an hour, and you set whatever Holly's going to do up for half an hour. And you say, Mum needs to work for half an hour, so return this. When it goes off, Mummy will then come and paint with you, go to the park, whatever. But you've got to make sure when that timer goes off, you don't say, 5 more minutes. That's it. Your timer's gone off, you go. Because then they know that you will come when that's done, and then they will leave you to it. Plan. Again, same kind of thing. Discuss it with everyone. If you're planning a big sale or party or something for a week on Thursday, tell them. Let them know. Say, a week on Thursday, I've got this big thing. So if you fancy working late or something like that, I'm not really going to be about. Because that for us is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Because it just means we both know where we stand. We know it's going to be a night where we're not together, but you're pre-planned in your head, you know what's happening, you're ready for it. So plan. And plan every aspect of business. So as you all know, I use Trello, which we'll go into another time, but I have lists for each days that I need to get done. Do you need to be doing what you're doing? Now this is a really good one. Every now and then, I don't mean all the time, think, is this actually helping my business, or am I just wasting time and faffing about? Do you need to be doing it? Because sometimes you actually think, no, I don't. This isn't a priority. I think vision boards are so important, and I've just done my new one. But that had to wait until a few days into the month because it wasn't the priority. It isn't going to bring me my sales. I had to get my sales in. I had to do this. I had to do that. So it was something I had to do, but it wasn't something that needed doing immediately. So it's just about planning and figuring out, does it need doing today? Is it going to actually bring me sales recruits? Yes, it is motivating and I love it. And I think everyone should have one. But it didn't need doing that instant. So thinking around that. And on the same thing, if you're really struggling with how and what to do, number your jobs. Okay, so you've got an order to place. That's really important. Get that done. You've got a follow-up to do. Really important. Get that done. Whereas tidying your office, printing that thing out, chatting to customers is really important, but if they haven't got their order, they're not going to be chatting to you. So just making sure you prioritise it. Clear your head. This, if I hadn't learned how to do this, I would have gone mad. I used to try and remember everything I had to do, and then I'd sit down to work and you spend a good 10 minutes trying to figure out what you're doing when, oh, what shall I do next? And whereas as soon as I think of something or know something I've got to do, I bung it in Trello and it's out my head. My head's clear. It's not full of rambled to do and stressy, and it's clear. It's on the Trello. I will look every time I'm in a position to do some work. The other way is to use your Trello days. Well, not necessarily Trellos, just in general. So like I follow up on a Monday. I do this on a Tuesday. So I know what day I'm doing it. So it's straightforward. It's really easy. Use SynShare and TinyTorch. This again is a big one when keeping your boundaries. Facebook now does it as well. In the fact that some of the best times to post are in the evening, and if you're sat there on your phone like this in the evening, whoever you are sat with won't be too impressed. So make sure you're using your social media, like posting sites and different things like that. Do block work. If you need to get a sample out, don't just make up one sample and put all the stuff away. Make up 10, 20, 30, because then when someone else wants one, all you've got to do is address an envelope, shove a stamp on. So make sure you're block working, and do that with everything you do. If you're following up, don't follow up with one person each day. Have a day that is follow up. So I follow up on a Monday, and then I will follow up with everyone from the past week. So your mind is on that task and you get it done. Income generating activities, again, similar to do you need to be doing this? Is it actually income generating, or are you just filling your time with rubbish? Just think it through in the long run. Like follow up is income generating activity. Lots of different things are, but just think about them and if they are, because you need to be making sure you're doing them, because at the end of the day, what are we in this for sometimes? And set time to reevaluate goals. This is a really big one, a really, really big one. And we've all just done it with the new year, but make sure to be reevaluating your goals. There's no harm in mid-year going, okay, I'm not quite on course for that. How can I get back on course? So I veered off a bit. How can I get back up there? You know, what do I need to do? And just reevaluate it. That's fine. Right, I'm going to stop babbling now and leave you all to it. Bye.